Hey everyone, welcome back to another product review. Today we're going to be checking out a brand new flashlight. Those of you who've been watching my videos for a while know that I've reviewed a few flashlights for through night, but this time a different company reached out to me and sent me their light for review. I've been using it for a few weeks. I do have some thoughts I'd like to share with you. Some good, some not so good. So if you'd like to learn more about it, stay tuned. Welcome back, I'm Jay from JPVideos. The light we're checking out today is a Sofirn C8F tactical light. This was sent to me free for review, so I promise to give you my honest thoughts about it. Now at first glance this does resemble a through night product, but there are a few key differences that set it apart. But in this video, we're going to check out its contents, we're going to take a closer look at the light and go over its functions and features. Then we're going to do a few demonstrations, and then later on I'll tell you my thoughts on how you can get your own. So let's get started. So once you open your box, you will find a detailed instruction manual, which you will need, and I'll explain why later on. Next up is a little wrist strap. Then you have a USB to micro USB charging cable. Then you have your rechargeable battery charging dock. And then we have the light itself. On the top here you'll find your reflective 3 Cree LED lights. On the bottom is your on-off button. On the side here is your status indicator light and function mode button. Now this light does feel really good in the hands. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but it feels comfortable yet durable. Now inside you'll find your rechargeable battery compartment. You can access that by screwing off the top or bottom. And in there you'll find your 4,000 milliamp rechargeable battery that does come shipped free with your light. Now this light is waterproof down to 6 feet and drop resistant up to 3 feet. Now this light is a first of its kind for me due to its 2-button design. Every light I've ever owned, whether it's through night, Maglite, or others, have been a 1-button design. And this is where getting the manual comes in handy, because this has what are known as light groups. This has 4 different light groups, and within those groups it has different light modes. So depending on your situation or specific need, you could decide which group and light mode would be best for you. I will demonstrate some of them later on in the video, but basically one group is called ramping. That's where you hold in the button here, it'll ramp all the way up to the highest setting, hold it in again, it'll ramp down to the lowest, and you can release it and stop it anywhere in between. Another group is your multi-function mode, where you can cycle through the most settings, which is the candlelight the lowest, all the way up to turbo, which is 3500 lumens. And the other groups have other settings mixed in as well. So without wasting any more time, let's get started and do the underwater test. Alright guys, welcome to my bathroom. Right now it's about 20 degrees outside and a little bit too cold to do the underwater test, so we're going to substitute my bathtub for this demonstration. We're going to bring the camera closer, we'll run it under some water, and then submerge it and see how it turns out. Alright, so far so good. Now let's submerge it underwater. So as you can see, it's sitting in about 3 inches of water and it's working just fine. Seems like no issues at all. Okay, let's take it back out. As you can see, still working, no problems at all. So let's head outside and do the drop test. Okay, right now I'm behind an abandoned Kmart, which is nice and dark here. I have the Sofirn C8F tactical light, and we're going to do the drop test. I'm going to hold it at arm's length, which is roughly 3 feet from the ground. So here it goes. Try it one more time. As you can see, it's still working, so pass the drop test with flying colors. Okay, right now I'm going to demonstrate how to cycle through the different groups. As I mentioned, there's 4 different groups. Each of those groups has different light modes. So the way to do that is once you're in your light, you have your green status indicator light, you press the button 4 times quickly and you'll see the light flash to indicate that it cycled through the different groups. There we go. So it flashed. That tells us that we changed to the next group. I'm going to try and find the group that has ramping, and I'll demonstrate that for you. Okay, so right now I'm in the ramping group, and what that means is when you hold in the button, it will ramp up to the highest power, and then when you hold it in again, press it again, it will ramp down to the lowest power, and it will actually flash once to show you that you've reached the maxed output and the minimum output, and I'll demonstrate that right behind me now. So I'm going to hold in the button, just making sure you can see it here. There we go. You can see it getting brighter considerably. That flashed. So that confirms we reached the brightest output. And hold it in again. It gets dimmer and dimmer. And it is on right now, you can see. And that's the lowest output. And you can stop it anywhere in between. So if I want to pick a spot, right there, I release the button and it stays at that setting. So it's very accurate and a good way to fine-tune the brightness that you're looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to the next cycle. All we do is press the button 4 times. The light flashes to confirm that we did change. Okay, so right now I'm going to look for the group that has the multifunction mode where we can cycle through the lowest to the brightest setting and also demonstrate the strobe mode. So be forewarned, this next segment here will have some strobe lights. So while it's powered off, you hold in the function button for about half a second. That will bring you to candlelight, the lowest output. Hold it in again to turn it off. Then you give it one press, that's moonlight. The next one is low, medium, and then high. Double press will give you turbo, that's 3500 lumens, the highest output, and triple press will give you strobe. Okay, so right now I'm going to put it on turbo mode. I'm going to take you with me, we'll walk around and see how well it lights up the area. Okay, so I have it on turbo mode right now and we're walking around and you can see it does a good job of lighting up the area. The end of the building is probably about 100 yards, 150 yards away, and it is reaching that distance. But at the same time, it's also lighting up the immediate area, so it does a good job at working well as a flood and also spotlight. So you can see it shows up on the light there and the pole. So it's doing a nice job. Okay, so right now I'm going to walk around at a distance with the light, and you'll be able to see from behind how it looks when it's all lit up. Alright, that's going to conclude our demonstrations out here. I'm kind of freezing my you-know-what off, so let's head back inside and I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Welcome back. At first I'd like to thank the company for sending this light out to me for review. After using it for about a week and doing those demonstrations, I do have some thoughts I'd like to share with you. And I'm going to start with the not so good ones first. And these aren't anything really that bad, but I did notice them while using it. If I didn't tell you about them, I wouldn't be giving you an honest review. The first problem that I noticed is the same problem that ThruNite has. There is no twist or slide focus to adjust it between flood and searchlight. The second problem I noticed is the 2-button design. I don't think it's really necessary. I think they can incorporate everything they need for power and function modes within one button. It'll make it much simpler and easier to use. The last one is the group mode. I do think it's a little bit overkill to have 4 different groups with the different light modes mixed in between, and you absolutely do need the instruction manual to learn how to use them. But after using it for a while, you do get used to it and comfortable with it, but I do think it's a bit much, and you can simplify it by just having the basic light modes from lowest to highest. Hopefully in a future design they can incorporate some of these ideas and make it a much better product. But with that said, I do want to get on to the positives. First off, this light does feel really great in the hands. It's made of a strong, tough, durable material. It comes with everything you need, including the rechargeable battery. The status indicator light does light up nice and bright, so it's easy to see. The beam itself, even though you can't adjust it, it is a great beam because it's a mixture of flood and searchlight. So it lights up your immediate ambient area and throws it off in a distance to search for things as well, so it's the best of both worlds. Lastly is the price. For a light that puts out 3500 lumens, this comes in at $45.99, and it's a very fair competitive price. Most of the other lights I've reviewed come in at that price or even higher, so for less than $50 you can get a really incredible light. Now if you'd like to get one for yourself, I will post the link down below in the description. It is available on Amazon, as mentioned, $45.99. Now if you have any comments, thoughts, or questions, please leave them down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this review, please give it a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, just subscribe and ring that notification bell. And lastly, I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.